Day 17. So following on from yesterday, today has been another good day, which is nice. And that means I don't have a huge amount to necessarily talk about or feel like I can connect with in a way that is organic so that I can help explain it or explain how I feel when I'm in that situation. So I'll briefly talk about why this is called The Journey Back for those of you who don't already know. So while I was doing my teaching job, I used to write a musical every year for a group of the students to perform, and the kind of first and best one was called The Journey Back, and it was based on the Odyssey, but from the point of view of a child coming back home from school instead of Odysseus coming back from the war. And that is where all the background music that I've been using for these videos has come from, has been the music that I wrote for The Journey Back a couple of years ago. I didn't even realise, but it turned out that I think the start of this blog process was actually an anniversary of the first performance of that show. So it all worked out quite nicely. But the reason that I opted to call it The Journey Back in the first place wasn't in the thought that this process is going to be 100 days, in 100 days time it was all going to be fine, journey over. It was because writing The Journey Back and the production of The Journey Back was one of the best things I'd ever done in my life. It was one of the biggest differences I made to lots of people, and it's one of my fondest memories, so it made sense to have something emotional to attach this journey to that I hold very fondly. And so when I've finished making the video each day, I tend to think about the theme and the feel of the video and then attach it to whichever of the songs from The Journey Back best fit the emotion of the video. So some of them have been used very frequently, others not at all. Over the weekend, hopefully I will record some more of other musicals that I've written over the years, just to keep a bit of variance in the backing music. As I said yesterday, after I finished making the video, I did start to read through some of the messages that I've received over the last couple of years for all sorts of different reasons, and just to say thank you to anyone who has ever written cards of thanks or messages of support or positivity that I've not necessarily been grateful for because I wasn't in a place to be grateful for them. They do mean a lot more now than they did at the time that you probably gave them to me, and I'm going to make an effort to try and visit more of you over the coming months. So if we haven't spoken in a while and you think it'd be nice to reconnect or whatever, then just send me a message. Otherwise, share, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.